Welcome to Beyond My Crisis. I'm your co-host, Ron Rossnick.
And I'm Vivian Gaspar. We are extremely fortunate to have with us here today celebrity author who has a best-selling book from around the world, and she's also an amazing mentor and coach, and she's helped hundreds, if not thousands, of clients unleash their passion and inner power. Alena Chapman is here with us today to really go to the heart and the meat of something that everyone really should think about, beginning again. Welcome, Alena. Thank you so much for discussing this with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
What does beginning again mean?
Beginning again. Okay, when you lose a job, when you are getting divorced or are divorced, or when you reach retirement.
Oh, that's beginning again just because you're retired?
And
Yeah.
So job, divorce, retirement.
Anywhere that you are now at a crossroads of where one cycle of your life is stopping and a new one is starting. Some people turn 60 and think, I've had people tell me this, at 60 they think, do I have the gumption I did at 30 to really get going again? That
It's
happens
up here,
a lot.
right?
And what do you tell them?
I tell them, of course you can.
Right.
Of course you can. And what if you live till you're 120? And
Right.
it's true. It happens more and more that people are living past 100. And so what if you're one of the ones and you're going to just putz around all that time? No, you can do it again. That's why it's actually a friend of mine who is 62. This is an actual story. When she read this book,
And this is your book, The Prison Effect.
Yeah, The Prison Effect. And she was a friend. She actually read it as a friend, just to read
Wow.
it. And she called me up and out of the blue and she said, my gosh, this book. She said, I'm just going to take it slow. She says, I really can start again, can't I? I said, of course you
Wow.
It
can.
resonated with her.
It did.
That's great.
And it made me feel so good.
Oh.
You know, to see her really, really see that she has the strength and the confidence and the ability to move forward.
So what's the conversation we would say in our head to start over when we may have kind of like a defeatist approach? How do you get over that?
I have a second chance to do what I want. What is it?
I have a second chance to do what I want.
What is it?
What is it?
And start that way.
Okay.
Okay, so how about, there's so many people, and I know we've touched on subjects like this before, but if someone's lucky enough to get away from an abusive spouse and you're starting over after that, can you let us know what's the best way to get yourself moving in a better direction so you never end up in another abusive situation? Because, you know, there's a lot of people who repeat that cycle.
Yes.
They get away from one, they find
Yes.
themselves back with another one.
Yeah.
How's that
You
different?
need to get somebody who believes in you with you on your side.
What if you don't have someone like that? I don't want to
Then
assume everyone does.
You have to find someone. And it can be someone professional or it can be a friend. But I'm telling you why. It's because it's very easy when times get tough for you to think, man, at least I didn't have to do this when I was with him or her. Or I didn't have to do this. And you find yourself regressing. And you will have regressing days. It's important to have that other person to say, wait a minute, I believe in you. I know you can do this. I'll help you. Let's sit down and write this out. Or let's go get some ice cream and talk about this. So a friend or somebody who's going to be your accountability to help you through those steps
Someone
to make your life.
help you with accountability.
Yeah, that's what you need.
So you make a declaration of what you're going to do. They know about it, and they check up
They
if you
check
did
up
it or
and help
didn't.
you.
And if you didn't do it,
But in a
what do they
nice
do?
way. No,
Oh, no,
they're your
no.
friend.
Oh, they're friends.
Even a mentor wouldn't do this.
They call it tough love, right?
Yeah, tough love, yeah. And you do have that, but not quite that way. No, it's more of a being there when you're just not feeling at your best, when you're feeling weak, bolstering you up and helping you realize that you really can do this. And it's very big for somebody because when you're in an abusive relationship, that person, I guarantee, is extremely charismatic.
Oh, that's a good point.
And
Wow.
very
They trapped you
apologetic.
somehow. How did you start into that relationship? That's a very good
Yeah,
point.
because they're very, very charming, and they come with the flowers, and they come with the beautiful excuses, and they come with the love, love, love. They're very charismatic. So you need that support more than anything.
Okay, what about getting past and going and just beginning again after, if I dare say, someone who's been abused by someone they weren't in a relationship. If you were just raped by a stranger, or physically, or
Yeah.
basically any
Mugged,
level of
beat up.
molestations, being
Yeah.
a victim that way.
Yeah.
But somebody you're not in a relationship with, how different is that? Because sometimes people feel in
PTSD.
a
That's-
huge mental
No, there's a
PTSD
lot
situation.
of there's a PTSD. There's anger,
Which
anger.
is, which is post-traumatic stress
Yes,
disorder.
yes,
Right.
and also depression. You know, it can lead to a lot of things, and you really, really need to get with a professional. You really need to help you process, because the thing is, when something like that happens, you're attacked, and it's abrupt and it's harsh. So that means the feelings that you may have never had before.
And that movie is playing over and over.
Over
Yes.
and over.
So we got
in
to
your
break
head.
that
You
cycle,
never-
get that movie
Right.
out, and get another movie
Right.
in.
You
That's a
need
good one.
professional help.
And about all the shame and guilt that's attached.
Yep, everything. You suffer from everything. Triggers, the shame and the guilt, the anger, the sadness. Why am I on this earth? The depression starts in. It's just the fear, the downright fear of going anywhere by yourself anymore. You need someone professional to help you process through all of that. And I would not say anything more about that. That really needs a professional.
And I'm pretty sure that comes with the whole concept of lowering your self-esteem. To be like, what did I do to deserve this? Why am I a target?
Now, what's a professional that someone should seek if they're in that kind of trauma? An LSCW, a psychiatrist, a mentor, a coach?
The way no, I don't think a coach is qualified. I really don't. I would not take one on to do that. I've helped abused women. I've helped them to go out, but when it comes to an attack that is like a rape or things like that, you need a psychologist. Okay. You need someone who's been trained to deal with that kind of trauma.
Right.
And I would not. No, that's something that is
Got it.
very important to do.
And last, but unfortunately not least, what happens? You just gave an example of somebody who was 60, got retirement.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I've actually heard, going back to retirement for just a second,
Sure.
that it happens much more to men than women, because I think I've heard someplace that men far more associate who they are as a person with their livelihood, their occupation. So I've actually heard many times that when a man retires, he passes away relatively soon thereafter, because he's losing his
Both men
identity.
and women. Yeah.
So it
I didn't
happens
hear
what
that.
women might think more. I'm sorry?
Well,
My dad's retired 30 years ago. He's still
well,
kicking.
not every man. I just
Yeah.
heard that it was going to happen.
no, it depends on how they retire. And my dad too. I mean, after he retired, he went into beekeeping. He didn't even-
Beekeeping.
he
Oh, found a
didn't-
purpose. I think
Yeah.
it's all about finding a
He
purpose.
found a
right?
purpose.
My dad was a softball player, played twice a week until he was
See?
89 years old.
89.
Yeah.
That's so great.
That's what it is.
Wow.
Now,
They have a
it-
league for that age?
No, he was the oldest one.
That's
in
so
the
Wow.
cool. That's very cool. See, it really matters about, and it's not only men anymore, because women are having very strong careers. We're reaching a time when women have, lived careers, and a lot of people tie their identity into their career. Okay, so when you do that, when all of a sudden it's gone, they think, what else is there? But that's why I say you have to say, I have a second chance. What do I want to do with it?
Use dreaming, perhaps, right? As
Visualization.
Visualizations.
Yeah, take time and go sit under a tree.
Maybe
I'm
an apple
serious.
fall on your head.
Yeah, maybe an apple.
Wait,
Start to
gravity.
dream. Allow yourself, and there's a way to do that, because some people have forgotten how to dream.
Oh.
A
And
guided
so-
meditation.
Your guided meditation, or just go out and start allowing your mind to go as far-fetched as possible. I mean, you're on the moon. I just go that far-fetched.
Right.
And then the next time you go out, it'll start reining itself in all by itself. You don't have to do it. And before you know it, you'll start coming up with ideas that are very viable. And start dreaming about that. And when one hits that's very viable, that you think, I really like that.
So you
start
believe
doing
in
it.
meditation then?
Oh gosh, yes.
Right.
Yes, meditation is fantastic. It's a great way to look within yourself. It's a great way to heal. It's a great way to gain perspective. Yeah, and I believe in even journeying meditations are absolutely fabulous.
Transcendental.
Transcendental and
Wait. You got to explain, what is transcendental meditation? You
Well,
must tell us.
transcendental. It's in the book, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, give us a
I
sneak
have
peek.
I have a whole chapter on meditation, and I talk about meditation when it comes to moving, because some people can't sit still, and I have some that's not. Transcendental it gives you a profound peace and a centeredness and a look within. It is a very profound way, and it's done with the starting of the breathing. Okay? Now there are others. Journeying is actually where you feel yourself going to another place even.
Wow.
And that's another type of. And then there's even yoga, yoga nidra, which is a type of meditation you do with yoga. So there are and I even have a friend who does the labyrinth. And meditation through that.
Walking through that.
Yeah, and she does a meditation through there. So there are all sorts of ways to meditate and to find out when you do the meditation and you really calm yourself and just dare to discover, you'll discover what you want to do. You'll discover a lot about yourself. And
I'd
all
love to
good.
hear from people out there who may try some of these techniques. I'd love to
I
get
would
an
love to
email
hear.
and
Yeah, emails.
find out. Yeah.
Yeah, do
Okay.
email. Yeah, I would love that too. I love to hear stories of anything.
Well, I would like us to wrap up by one quick last thing that we unfortunately need to address.
Yeah.
How about when you're starting over when your spouse has passed away? And let's say you've been married a long time, 20, 30, 40, 50 years
Yes.
even. Like Ron said, his father played softball and is 89 years old.
He's still fine. He's
He's
good.
great.
But my mom won't let him play softball anymore.
But they've been married, over 60 years, 70 years?
I love that.
But what happens if somebody's in their 60s or 70s, they could have been married 30, 40, 50
Yeah.
years, and
Yes, and they're not moving on. Yeah.
So-
that's when it takes a friend or a daughter or a son to go in and help them see what they can do. And it's not easy because you're actually changing their perspective to that. Guess what? You are living on.
Improving their perspective.
Yeah, improving, of course. And that they can move on. And a good way, if you can get them to start going out with friends, more and more with friends, that really helps.
I think the key is cherish every day of your life.
It is.
Time is the most valuable commodity
Precious.
we have.
Precious. It's a gift.
you know what? I think if
Yeah.
it's your parent who passed away, so if you're one of your parents and you have your
The
other
other
left,
one?
your mother, your father, whichever the case, guess what? It's okay to go spend a little more time with them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Take them on a little vacation or even a trip to the zoo.
Or to
Something spend more
lunch.
time,
Anything.
dinner,
Or to
anything.
London.
I'd like that.
Thank you so much for
All right, thank you
helping
very
us
much,
with
Alena.
this.
Oh,
We
you're
appreciate
welcome.
this. Just
You are
as
so
so many
welcome.
people, and you know what? This is really a great way for a lot of different people to get beyond their crisis with moving on.